So a couple of my friends wanted me to make a tour of my single-player world, which is this is what that is. Here's where I spawned originally, right around in this area here. I don't know the exact block. Um, and I spawned in this nice little archipelago. The render distance is very low right now, as to avoid spoilers for something I'll be showing later. Um, I spawned like right around here, a nice little wooded archipelago. Yeah, it's 5 islands. I haven't done much with these three over here. Can't see the fifth one. I haven't done much with these. I plan on doing more in the future. Now that my big projects are done for right now. I just have a couple small things on here, just like resources and resource management mostly. There's sheep farm here. I'm planning on moving out underground. I'll show you guys the underground. I've had this dock here forever. I'm unhappy with it. I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take out everything that's above seawater, level, and just reuse what's underwater because I think that actually looks really good. It's the above water stuff that I think is trash and needs to be demolished. I have a couple like stands over here. I was originally planning on like having villagers up here. I still have one. I'm slowly moving my villagers downstairs. Some boats here. And here's my main house for now. It's a quaint, but I like it. It's a like cobblestone and wood mostly. Almost lighthouse. You'll see the light. Pardon. You can actually probably see a little bit there. It's with a little bit of like a steampunk architecture kind. Not necessarily steampunk in like function. Obviously, just a vanilla Minecraft, but almost kind of like that look. You know. I've done a lot of like terraforming with like the plants and stuff, and I think it looks really nice. I'm really happy with it. So I'm also pretty happy for this like road kind of system I have going on here. It's not much, but it's something I enjoy. Inside, this is where my old storage room was. You can see there's still one chest, or not chest, barrel, with just some crap in it. I haven't moved because I don't know where I'm gonna move at, to be honest. I still have my crafting areas and my furnaces and stuff up here. The trash can, ender chest, and then moving up, we have second floor. This is where I have my bedroom. A little map of the archipelago, just so you can get a better view of that. Looks very nice. I have my enchantment station over here with some books in these barrels. My cat, who I've had forever and haven't named yet. Moving up into the actual tower, the third floor of the actual building itself. It's just a little brewing area. Not much here. I have a little fish. Yeah. And then moving up into the actual tower itself, there isn't much of like usefulness up here. It's mostly just aesthetic. What all this stuff is. You'll notice this is running theme. I like to use these glow shrooms as like organic, weird things. Like, I like having them, like, just sitting in there and then attaching the red vines from them and having them, like, float just over water. I think it's a really neat aesthetic. But the idea is supposed to be like a lighthouse. I'm the only person in this world, so it doesn't really matter, but the glow shrooms are help, alert possible sailors, So that's the tower itself, and now we'll be going underground. Here we are back on the main floor. As you can see, the ladder also goes down. The underground isn't an area that's very finished, but I'm still working on it. Here's a recent addition I added to my world. This is expanded storage room. I moved with all my stuff down here. It's loosely organized. There's a lot of room for future stuff that might be added in the game. I like future-proofing stuff a lot. You'll see that later. Yeah, I just have things like minerals and metals and stuff like that over there. Rocks, natural. Rocks are natural, but whatever. Redstone, miscellaneous. And then we go through here. We come up to this area. This is where I'm planning on putting the sheep. This used to be where I had my automatic pumpkin farm. I moved that, however. Well, I got rid of it altogether. I still have all the parts right over here. And some pumpkins. I had to move it just because when I was building my storage room, it was kind of in the way, and I already had plenty of pumpkins. So there's no real need for it anymore. I'm keeping the parts separated just in case I want to rebuild it. Here I have my cows. I have a lot of cows. Here are my tube up to the surface you might have seen earlier. There's this area where the water like kind of flowed into the island a little bit. That's what this is. It's just a way for me to get villagers down here in a boat. Never portal will be seeing that. Just a pond with some axolotls. Down here, automatic sugarcane. And then further down to what used to be my mine, we have over here just some villager holding cells. I haven't built one for him yet. And then over here we have just like overflow storage, just stuff I can't fit in the main storage room. You'll notice there's a lot of like never basalt and blackstone stuff. You'll see why later. And I mean, that's basically it for what's underneath my house. If we just go up here, we will wind up right where we started. Over there you can see the archipelago we started on. There's my house. There's a dock I don't like. Over there you can see the mainland I was talking about. The snowy area. Very nice. And over here was the first big project I did. I should clarify that this is a single player world. All of this was done in survival. All by myself. Every block I placed. Well, this was the monument is already here, but I placed all of this stuff around it. I was very lucky to not only have a very good-looking spawn area, but also have a guardian temple only like 100 blocks away or so, probably. And so, of course, I turned it into a farm. The area around it I'm mixed on. I really like the forest area that I've done here. I want to do a little bit more on it, though. And the desert and like tundra areas I'm not very happy with. I'm probably going to redo one day just to make them look better, because right now it's just kind of bland. Yeah. The forest area I'm very happy with, though. So yes, I cleared all the water out from the area. Oh. And built this. Now if we go inside, of course I did some renovations to the outside, you can see the Guardian Farm itself. Now, this farm works on a basic principle of how Guardians work. As you can see here, he's not swimming right now unless he's sinking. Whenever Guardians aren't actively like swimming around, they will just sink. So this is taking advantage of that, so when they stop moving, they just start sinking, and then they fall through the fence gates and into the trap. Over here I just have some storage for materials like fish, shards, and crystals. Spoilers for down there. Over here I just have blocks related to the prismarine blocks, maybe you could say. Also just have this villager guy over here. He sells fish and trades fish, so why not have him there? Down here is an area I am extremely proud of. I dug all this out mostly. There was a ravine cutting through here. But most of this I dug out myself. And there's no real good way to get a good shot of this entire thing. There's obviously where the Guardians fall down into. Since this is below where the temple is, Guardians won't spawn in any of this water. You get the occasional tropical fish, but yeah, that doesn't really matter. Made that pattern there. Made all of this. Descend the staircase, and then you go into the actual killing room itself. There's this nice little area here. It's big enough so if you want to put like if you want to put a shulker full of like tools that you need repaired or whatever, it's there. And then you just, yeah, kill them as such. This was the first real super project I did on this world. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. Except for like the outside, I want to redo that at some point. But I think I got color schemes down really well. I think, just in general, it's very visually pleasing for me. I don't think I could have done the inside better if I tried, to be honest, so... Yeah, and moving on to the Never. And... action. So this here is my Never hub. This one's the project I've been working on the most recently. As you can see, there's a lot of future proofing. There's a lot of unused where tunnels would go that just don't have tunnels as of now. Again, I'm big on future proofing. I really like the designs of the roof and like the sides there. I think it all looks really nice. Small indicators of like what direction you're going. And as you can see here, we're not only in a basalt delta, which is why I got all that basalt and blackstone from earlier, because a lot of this, there's a lot of stuff underneath here that I had to dig up. But so we get the little white particles about. I also put lava covering the entirety of the roof of this thing, so I can get the occasional particle coming down. The central like spire area is the first thing I made. I like the design of it. I think it looks very neat. It's kind of typical of my design of how I do Never portal areas like this, but I think it's nice. This is probably the biggest Never building I've ever made. It's also one I'm actually, like, I can happily say this is a good building. It's very similar to my ocean monument. And you may have noticed down here, this is where the a lot of the time went with this project. This is a 1:8 scale map of my world. At least the area that I can fit in here. It's not the height-wise, like, from the y-axis, it's not accurate 1:8, it's 1:16. De-exaggerated, mostly just because I didn't want to go down so far to the point where, like, I couldn't be able to see the middle from there. Now, you may have noticed that this is all glass. Everything you see here is covered in glass from wherever the surface is there, all the way up to here. Every single block, except for the ones that are obviously not glass. And this was one of the biggest pains I've ever had with playing this game. Because I'm going to throw up a couple pictures on screen. Because in order to remember, like, oh, where do I place each block in order to make this as accurate as I can, I literally had to travel the entire world, chunk by chunk, and on grid paper, write down, like, this chunk here. I have to mark down, okay, 3 blocks deep, and stand on all 4. And I have to do that for every chunk, and write it down for everything. It's very nice. I love how this turned out. You can see little ravines. You can see there's a couple boats stuck in shipwrecks in here. You can see the ocean monument area. I love how this thing looks. I'm going to show my statistics at the very end of this video, so you'll see exactly how much glass I've gone through. Gravel as well, because that's what I use for clearing out the water on the ocean monument. It was a lot. And to be honest, right now, I don't know what I'm doing next with this world. I don't know what super project I have next. I'm probably just going to end up doing small little things around my archipelago. If you have any suggestions for what I should do for my next mega project, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. I'm always keen to hear what people think. And if you like this world, let me know. This is one of the few things I can say I'm actually proud of that I've done. This world is very nice. I love it so much. I love what I've done with it. I love how it looks. And so yeah, thank you for watching the video.